Duncan. Bernard in the back row doing the Seabus super special comments.
What's with the sparklers down there?
Well, that's just part of
during
Collingwood
daylight hours.
Big bash.
Just
very nice.
They burn those little sparkles.
And there's fireworks done.
We've got our tour of the stats.
Have the same sort of feel when it's daylight.
You're just getting a feeling, Duke, of what I've had to deal with the last hour and a half. There's been no discipline. There's been talking over. Blokes have just completely abandoned segments. Bill is in career worst, and I'm not sure that it can actually be a sentence that's said. It's been shambolic.
I crossed paths with Bill just as he exited and I came in out of the lift, and he said 3 sentences to me. I didn't understand one of them. I actually didn't understand a word. All I got was that he was going to Sydney and he was getting on the piss with Stevie J. Apart from that, I didn't understand a word that he said.
Duke, he's just spoken for an hour and a half. No one understands anything he says. Damo, some final thoughts from you before we let you go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, just wanted to acknowledge, the achievement of Shannon Hearn, who's going to become, Duck, the most capped West Coast Eagle when he plays on the weekend. Game number 291. It takes him ahead of Dean Cox in that regard, and obviously that means, and as we've long known, that no West Coast Eagles since the history of this club has reached 300. He's going to, provided he stays fit.
And there's a reason for that, because of all the travel, Darsh, you'd have to admit. So to get to that level, that's a great achievement.
Good effort, isn't it? What did Big Glenn Jakovic get?
He was 276.
276.
He's third on the list.
The reason why I know that is because I was 272. He reminds me he got me by 4.
He likes to get in your grill a bit, doesn't he, Jack?
He does. He was only 2-time All-Australian.
Oh, no. That's what happens.
Just went straight to the stats, Bernie.
He didn't have to go far.
7.
He knew that one.
Did he have your measure, Duck? When you...
7. And, it's much harder to mark it than punch it, Damo. I don't know whether you know that.
I like where this is going.
Which is why,
it's a real sore point, Duke.
It is.
It's always been.
You bring the great Jakovic up and you can get a reaction.
I tell you what, he's a good man, Jack. Got to know him after footy. And
after footy.
Don't soften it up now, Duck.
I've actually realised he's not a robot.
Duck,
he's human.
You don't like him.
He's human.
You don't like him, Duck.
He's very robotic. But he's a good man, Jack.
That's harsh.
He'd be listening too. He loves football.
He's dined out a lot on the fact that he had your message.
Oh, well, it's like, you know what? It's like Ali and Joe Frazier. We know who Joe Frazier is, and that's Jacko. And you wouldn't know who Joe Frazier was without Ali.
I reckon he's thrown that out before.
I love this. I love it.
Duke, you can continue this for a long time.
I like it. I like it.
And as North fans, and Damo will attest to this, we used to watch back in the day, and Duck used to stand toe-to-toe and wrestle, and we always used to say, get on your bike. As soon as you get on your bike, you'll get him cold.
Correct.
And then eventually at Subi Oval, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he was, he's, like I said, very good.
See, I reckon the last line's the worst, isn't it? How disingenuous can you be?
Duck, was there a period, though, maybe 3 or 4 years, where he did have your measure?
Yeah,
I think he did.
Well, I'll tell you what, they had a very good defence.
Isn't it Bird just putting in that?
West Coast. Anyway.
You wouldn't even remember. You weren't even born.
I just like what's happening.
Yes, no.
Hey, great seeing you, Purple.
Cheers, you.
Go and enjoy the day. Jay-Z Clark, I can see from here. He's got the holiday resorts on down there. Look at him, little Jay-Z.
Hello, Jim. One of the most entertaining 30 minutes of my journalism career was listening to Jacko and Duck late one night after an All-Australian dinner. They got me to get the stats out, and for half an hour they went toe-to-toe, breaking down every matchup, every game, who got the points in every game. It was absolutely hilarious, because the Duck man... Well, he said at the start of the night, he said he got the chocolates over Jakovic. But when we sort of went through the stats, Duck,
I've actually got 2 men that's brought him up now. And
Duck's just sipping cold at me.
Well, quiet day for me was 18 and 3.
Hilarious. Hey, magnificent conditions out here today, boys. Top of 24 degrees.
Jay-Z, I was listening to a bit of Dead Set Legends on the way in, and that show is a champion-free zone. You know what I'm talking about.
We decided that Lee Montagna, with 287 games, 2-time All-Australian, was a St Kilda great.
They came back from champion to great.
I pulled it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Scott Pendlebury now, I think he holds a record, doesn't he? Collingwood as a captain.
Yep.
Just taken over that mantle. Another thing that Jacko never got to do.
He's still going. I've just been watching Duck, and I know he's been
he's
talking,
not
but
happy.
while he's talking, he's typing on the
Oh,
computer.
got
He's
to do
typing in
that.
Djakovic, Curry, Djakovic.
Can you keep a stat how many times Duck circles back as this game goes on? I
that's
reckon that's one
unbelievable.
down. I think there'll be a few more.
Hales
going.
never fails, I got to say, 180 odd times.
Could be a PB today for Red Ted.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, geez.
He's got right under his skin, Jacko. It's no doubt about it.
Just the best.
Oh, jeez.
And some real unrecognisable Nipsies running around in this game, too. So I want a whole lot of work from you early. I want you in the centre circle, and I want you doing some of your best early work.